Welcome, one and all, to the monthly virus scan. I'm your host, Meta Ruler, and this month, I say this month, but it's May already. We're going to be going over the month of April as far as everything that's been happening over on TeamBN. And, well, what's the most important part of that? Well, first, of course, we got to take a look at our leaderboards that we have going on. We've had 3 different games with submissions this past month. So let's go ahead and start from the first games in the series and work our way forward. None for BN1 this month, unfortunately. However, I forgot to turn the music down. That's kind of important. Now that you can actually hear me, welcome. I'm Meta Ruler. It's time to go over the leaderboards for the month. So, first of all, let's take a look at our BN2 leaderboards that we got going. So, let's see here. Looks like we've had 2 submissions this month. Now, of course, we have the single segment being once again crashed by Jagoomba here, beating his old record and getting this time a 206.36. For those that don't know, by the way, any newcomers to the community, Jagoomba is absolutely incredible. Just he's one of the fastest runners that most of us have ever seen, and competes for world records with some of our top runners as well. So trust me, all that back and forth, it's incredible, But don't worry, he's not the only great speedrunner you'll see in the community. Trust me, there's plenty in chat already. Heck, I see Blackjack over there. I know for a fact that he owns quite a few of these. Heck, he found a skip himself. Just freeze in scenario. Oh, that's actually an excellent question. I'm sure that we do have BN2 runners that are willing to answer that, though. So next up, we've got to go over BN3, which actually has had a few submissions to a few different categories. So let's take a look at that real quick. All right. Oh, funny enough, 2 of them are from the same guy. First off, Any% getting 2 submissions, one from Karna and the other one from CurdleGames, both of which for Any%, but on different versions. One for white for Curdle and then blue for Any% for Karna. So very exciting stuff on that. And then a submission to a little known category, the 300 bug frags category of BN3. It's basically the race to get 300 bug frags. That's how the category works. Curdle clocking in there with funny enough, a 33 minute 33 second time. I have no idea how he nailed that. But hey, you grind 300 bug frags in 33. I think there's a lot of value to that. So, the last one we got on the docket for this month is going to be Battle Network 6. And as we can see, we got a few submissions here as well. So, Any% for Falzar, the only one for this month, came from Nekonami. So, Bird Up Enjoyer. I'm sure Jamaica's very happy if he's out there in chat. But yes, 2 different versions of BN6, Gregor and Falzar. Always a fun time. Our Gregor representative for this Any% is I'm sorry, I might butcher this. Blue Tar Sky, I assume, or Blue Tar Sky. Butarsky. I don't know which one you go with for, but hey, excellent work. A 232.05 on yours. Nekonami's being a 242.45. Fouls are generally just a little bit slower because of scenarios. That's all right. And the last one, Drop the Bass. Another shorter another shorter category, but a good one nonetheless. Your whole goal is to destroy base. And for those that don't know, you can find base fairly early in Battle Network 6. Your first fight with him actually can be as soon as you hit the green area. All you gotta do is, go behind the tree and, you'll end up finding him eventually. So, excellent work to all of the runners this month. Curdle clocking him with a 133.23 on that run, which is pretty dang good. Again, you gotta go through enough of the game to get the base, and you gotta fight him with pretty minimal amounts of chips. So, it's by no means a small feat. So excellent work across the board for all of our runners. Next off, I gotta give a little bit of an announcement, and I'm meant to get some a little bit more ready for this, but I'll have you all know that this past month we had a race, basically to kick off that. Why is every song... Sorry, hold on. I don't know why every song at random was like slow paced. Anyways, in this race that we did, more or less. To kick off the Legacy Collection, we got to see how many people total we could get to destroy Alpha and Alpha Omega, otherwise known as the final bosses and the final bosses of Battle Network 3. We actually had 13 people kill Alpha and 6 people kill Alpha Omega. So, like I said, currently in the works to not only get that VOD completely published out, but we're gonna have a nice little compilation showing all the kills from that. And everybody who participated in that, thank you so much, because you know what, we can't do it without you. There is so much good content in that, from just seeing different people's techniques, to seeing all of them get like through the bosses and through the different areas, even to some fun PvP shenanigans. So absolutely a hilariously fun stream. For those that were there, you know that I was up for over 24 straight hours on that, because I think we finished at the 21-hour mark. I didn't go to sleep till like 2. So it was great fun. And I was only delirious for about 2 days. But no, it was really, really fun. So definitely enjoyed having everybody to run there, having everybody to be there. It was just a great time. Just holy crap. It was just absolutely insane. But anyway, in addition to that, another thing happened during that little event of ours, which is that in the future, probably, you know, hoping sometime soon, because I'm going to be working to organize it, we're going to be having ourselves a little bit of a Battle Network 3, you know, free-for-all tournament battling style. I will be hoping to work with the N1 Grand Prix in an attempt to set that kind of thing up, because we had a whole heck of a lot of gift subs, which were supposed to be towards PvP, but near the end of the night, where it was just getting so late, had a 50 gift sub deposit here at TeamBN. So now we're doing basically an entire tournament out of it. So hope y'all looking forward to it. Trust me, we're gonna do some fun stuff. Like I said, I'll be essentially partnering with the N1GP, our PvP friends over with the N1GP on Discord. And there's plenty of those members that are here in the chat too, if you're interested. So with that being said, that covers just about everything that's coming up in the near future, etc. But for those that have been to this show before, you know what's going to be coming next. And for those that haven't, well, this may come with a fun surprise. We have a ton of great content come up during the month. And, well, I have a whole heck of a lot of fun taking a look at these clips, smashing them together, and editing them into what we call the clip compilation for the month for TeamBN. So, I hope y'all are excited, because you've probably seen quite a few of the clips in the TeamBN Discord, but I usually try to, you know, spice up a little bit. I have a lot of fun, maybe a little too much fun in editing them. I will say, normally the clips have the clip titles on them. I ran out of time near the end. This past week has been crazy, and I also got some clip submissions literally in the last few days. So the titles will not be on for this premiere. However, when it hits YouTube, all of the titles will be there, in addition to links to each of the streams, to which I highly recommend you follow, because there's plenty of great runners, content creators, etc. that we have here at TeamBN. I assure you, like, there is no shortage of great things happening around here. So, I'll be all ready, because I had, again, this may be my best work yet, in, you know, my humble personal opinion. So let's go ahead and hop over and check out the clip compilation for the month, and then I'll be back afterwards. So take a look-see.
Look at me the wrong way, you're dead. What did I do? Huh? What the fuck? Wow, that's a new one.
Cheater. Wait, why are you so much more aggressive than that? So just use Mom's Quake on a single stationary enemy.
Yeah, you just whiffed so hard.
You got hit 0 times.
Yeah, it's not. I see that now. No! No! He air shot me! For the fans! Throwing for content over here.
Oh boy, do I put him with a Matar? Because the Piranha's probably bad, because it would get destroyed by the Pulse Bulbs even harder. Do I do Earth Dragon and Matar, or Earth Dragon by itself? I'm gonna put the Matar just in the middle. The Matar counter hitting the Pulse Bulb. Yo, the Matar actually kind of carried that. And then I guess this is just the usual.
I disagree, dude. I disagree. That was a lie. I disagree. We won that one.
I did not know.
Shoot me.
I did not know this paint thing was an option.
Hello?
Hey, what?
Yeah, okay.
It works that way? Alright. I'm clipping that. Instead of
I'm dead.
You are skilled.
Terra.
Checkmate.
Oh, nice. He got the guard. He got the guard. He's just invincible. Okay. No fucking way! No fucking way! No fucking way! That was a sad. That was so sad. Please clip that. I can never forget that horrible travesty for the rest of my day.
Crazy how many people still haven't beaten Eden. Have they not? Wait, is that a vacuum? Oh, I'm dead. Uh-oh. Oh no. No, I'm literally just dead.
Let's do it, Lan.
That's so mean.
Hello there.
Oh, I found Quick Man. I'm just gonna kill him. You punk. I didn't mean to find Quick Man there.
When I was 15.
What? This is strange.
So recently we just bought another one to replace it though. Oh wait! I did a think. I did a think. I remembered a thing.
I'm standing right next to this as well, going like, this text box seems mighty suspicious.
Cornshaw 1L. Shout outs to
Hello
HD
there.
Corn in. Oh my god! Okay, well, this is a free giant PB. This is actually massive. What the hell?
Hello there.
That's gotta be BM, dude. This game.
Get him, get him! Get him, Mega Man, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him! Oh my god! No way! I know it was just practice, but it fucking hurt.
This thing is also just so much easier when all he does is a lack attack. He did only fire attacks on the first try, by the way. Like, it's just so much easier with this. Also, he didn't die? What?
Alright, do I get pile driven? Holy shit, it's me but cooler! Oh my god. Holy shit, brother. Yes! Let's go! Finally! Yes!
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that one. I had a whole ton of fun editing it. Oh, what a great time. But yeah, like I said, gonna get those clip titles on there. We're gonna have it on the TeamBN YouTube for your rewatching pleasure. So, we're a couple clip compilations behind, actually. We need to fix that up. So, thank y'all for, your continued support of the channel both here and on YouTube. And if you haven't subbed to the YouTube, what are you doing? You should go on over there. Well, so now that we've done the clip compilation, my next portion here is actually going to be bringing on a couple of the folks we've got around the TeamBN community, but it's the month of April. Happens to be my birthday month, actually, which meant that, guess what? I get to do whatever I want. That's not how that works? It is now. As I'm going to be bringing on a couple guests to show off something a little different. Not to say that they're not technically speedrunners in some ways, but we're going to be showcasing something, maybe a little, something that y'all haven't seen as much on the channel. So, first of all, I'm actually introducing a person who is quite familiar with the channel. He is I like to think he's a pretty good friend of mine. at this point, he is just an absolutely incredible artist. First of all, I'm going to need you to say hello to our very own TJ09. How you doing, TJ?
Uh-oh, is that me?
It sure is.
Uh-oh. Hi, I'm TJ. I'm TJ. I'm site stuff and art on the side. Been playing Battle Network since literally Battle Network 1 came out. First heard about it in Nintendo Power back when magazines still existed. Yeah, wow, I'm blanking. Hi. Rish 2. Dallas, you know, you're not the first person to make that joke today. Not even joking.
Yeah, that's funny. I think it was backstage before the show.
Yep. Rish 2, and I made the response that when Rish plays video games with my friends, he goes under the name Tiny TJ, and so it's really great that we just, you know, always compare to each other.
Exactly, it's fantastic.
We're basically the same person, right?
Yeah, basically. I mean, come on now, right? What you got there in your hand there for drink today?
Cherry, bubbly, sparkling water.
Really?
I think will my camera focus? No, it won't. There we go.
I happen to have some passion fruit in my hand, actually. So
oh, there we go.
I'm a bubbly fan myself, so it seems that you and I have more in common than I thought.
Why does this look like Yuki?
Hey!
Let me just dab in chat.
So, TJ, I brought you on not because of, you know, speedrun exploits like I'm sure that we're all used to, but you've got something really exciting to share, a little bit of your portfolio.
Portfolio. Well, that's an interesting way to put it. But yes, unlike my brother, I'm not really much of a speedrunner. I've definitely never speedran a Battle Network game. The only thing I've ever speedrun is Divinity Original Sin.
What?
Yeah.
Like Divinity Original Sin 2 or like the first one?
The first one. I did co-op speedruns. I had Whir for a while, and then a new glitch was found that reduced the time from 20 minutes to 6 minutes. But then recently I actually technically reclaimed the Whir, I just never submitted it. So like there's a highlight somewhere on my channel that's like faster than the current Whir, and I just haven't submitted it. Oops.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, but the whole point was I'm here because I don't speedrun, so that's a little orthogonal. Yes, like I mentioned, I do a lot of art and website stuff on the side. You might know me because I run a fan game called Battle Network Cyber Tournament, which is online BCC. And then, I don't know, at some point last year, I started doing a lot of art, and I guess that's what I'm supposed to be showing here today.
That is true. In addition to the art, though, yeah, BNCT. If you haven't tried it out, it's super fun. You like BCC? It's like better BCC.
Better BCC. Yeah, BCC is the original gacha, and then here, I might as well swap over to websites I make. Wow.
Yeah, where's our BNCT command? We'll fix that up. We'll get that for next stream. Don't worry.
But yeah, I mean, the story behind BNCT is funny because like I started it back in 2006. Nice framing. Good. Well done. But yeah, back in 2006, I was still kind of young, and I was like, I want to make a BN website because I know how to make websites. Well, more like I want to make a BN game, but I only know how to make websites. And well, it turns out, what's the simplest form of BN to implement online? BCC. Because I didn't want to learn Flash.
Oh gosh, no. No, especially with like a lot of things discontinuing it anyway.
Yeah. So I made that, and it's still here. How many years later? Math. 16 years later?
That's right. In fact, I believe there's a tournament coming up this weekend, right? Like just like every weekend?
Yeah, there's tournaments every weekend. You get, just like in BCC, there's like a set of chips that are exclusive to those PvP tournaments. Top 8 gets a chip. If I remembered what this week's chip was, I would drop a hint, but I don't remember what it is. Oh well.
Let's see, what's the prize for this week? Where's my aficionados here?
Oh no, it's not announced to people until Friday.
Ah, I see. So
but I know.
Aha.
I know. I could find out if I really wanted to.
Not to worry. If you happen to figure out for the stream, you're always welcome to give our viewers a teaser here for what's going to be the prize.
Maybe I will. We'll see.
Ooh, baby.
But yeah, and then because I had my own website, obviously, you know, young me was like, I want to have my own Navi on this website. I'm going to give myself some, you know, OP chips that are custom made for me, because what kid saw Battle Network and didn't go, I want my own Navi?
That's very true.
Some of that is like why I got into pixel art. Like the first pixel art I did technically was editing Mega Man sprites as like a 12-year-old. And it wasn't good. The first version of my own custom Navi was like Shadow Man, but with a face and changed colors. Right? Like nothing special.
That's all right.
But, you know, 20 years later, it turns out that evolves into a lot more.
Absolutely.
I've done, actually, in the last year in particular, I've actually done a lot of stuff, including fan art of some of your own characters, MetaRuler.
Indeed.
I guess I can swap slides now and show some of that off.
Indeed. And which has been one of the most flattering experiences for me, honestly. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this is a fairly nerve-wracking experience for me, but that's fine. That's one of the things I actually wanted to mention is like, over the last year, I think the most important thing I've learned is to just share stuff and not care. I definitely used to never share things. You probably don't realize, but the amount of time I sat before like hitting enter to post this, the Royal Man art in your Discord was a while. And then finally I was like, okay, I got to do it and close Discord and forget about the anxiety. Just let it go.
Really? Oh, man. Well, I am happy you did, because, yeah, I mean, the minute I saw it, I was blown away. I was like, oh my god, yes!
Right. And so, like, yeah, that's one of the things I learned over the last year is to just be like, just share stuff. Stop caring.
Absolutely.
And that's part of why I'm here. I don't consider myself an amazing artist, to be honest. Like, I like a lot of what I've done. I'm kind of proud of it, but, like, I'm not amazing, and that's fine. Like, I still do it. I still enjoy it. I still share it with others. Like, and that's really all that matters.
Absolutely. And I wholeheartedly agree. And I'm telling y'all right now, and, you know, hopefully just today's episode in general is a good shout out to you. But if you're an artist and you enjoy making, you know, BNs, R4s, or any other type of art, why not share it? Come on. I mean, that honestly is the best part about it. That's like half the reason to make it.
Yeah, and while I'm here, I do want to shout out the Navigator Creators Discord, because there's a whole Discord of people who basically are designing their own navis, you know, even making art for them and implementing them into OpenNet Battle, which also shout outs to OpenNet Battle, which is a free kind of battle network engine that you can download, connect to servers, and then use this custom content people have made. And that's really cool. I might get into doing some of that myself, especially with, you know, I have some of the art. Why not?
I've had a bit of interaction with the OpenNet Battle folks myself. Lovely people over there. Absolutely worth a try for sure.
Yeah, shout outs to both those communities. They're really cool people.
Yeah, y'all will find it. Again, if you're new to the Battle Network community, there's a whole heck of a lot of communities around, and none shall shill for all of them more than TeamBN right here.
Yeah,
because I love sharing this kind of stuff, as is TJ and the rest of our crew here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've gone from like the first place I posted most of my stuff is actually your Discord, and then slowly have been opening to sharing it in broader and broader places.
That's awesome. I love that has helped you to just want to share it. It's, oh man.
Yep.
That's so good. Well, you got anything else to show here in the individual, or are you gonna save some?
I mean, first of all, I've heard that there is, you know, some sort of collection that people are hyped about.
Oh, something like that.
I was about to make a joke earlier because I'm actually wearing a shirt based on the original Mega Man Legacy collection. It's got all like the Robot Masters on it, and so I was gonna comment like, I heard people were hyped for a collection, but I forgot to make the joke. Oh, well. But no, one of the things that I was most excited about with the Legacy collection is actually that there's a whole bunch of HD chip art, stuff that we've only ever seen in like, you know, tiny 56 by 48 resolution on Game Boy is now in like beautiful high resolution. And Unfortunately, the only stuff we got high-res art of is the chips that are tradable or downloadable, right?
Right.
Which means everyone's favorite and the ultimate classic game, BCC, did not get any, including the only actual Mega Man chip to have ever been made. So I took it on myself to do that. And I've been remaking a lot of the chip art in Adobe Illustrator recently. And
now take a look at that, chat. You see those HD chip arts, including the Mega Man chip, and our boy Turbo Man, of course, got Ring, and then normal Navi, our absolute savior. Those are looking absolutely hella sick.
yeah, and I'm really happy with them. And again, another like thing is, you know, fine, I didn't design these chips. All I did was like redraw stuff that already existed, but like that's still really cool. There's a valid place for tracing and art, as long as you aren't claiming it's yours.
Oh god,
you can't trace something and say you did it, but you can trace to learn, or you can trace just to like, for this, you know, make something in higher quality than it was ever available.
Absolutely. And like, what's better than making, again, stuff for the BN Starport community? It's great. Oh my goodness.
Hell yeah. And who knows, maybe I'll implement high-res chips into BNCT. Maybe.
Hey, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Oh, it is already just some absolutely incredible work. Anything else you want to show before we bring on the second guest?
I mean, how are we on time? You know, I think we talked about quite a bit. That's the main, honestly, BN content I had, so.
Excellent.
I'm fine
I suppose we'll share some for the next segment then.
Sounds good for me.
All right. Sweet action. So while TJ mutes themselves, the next guest I have on is another lovely artist, but in a bit of a different plane, as it were. We've shown off some incredible 2D art here, but you all may know my next guest as an absolutely immaculate 3D artist. So everyone, please give a good hand for the one, the only, CurdleGames. Mr. Prague, what are you doing here?
It's me. I'm a Prague.
Huh. What did you do with Curdle?
That was quite the intro you gave me. That was too much.
Well, I love both of you. I've done some really incredible stuff, including, of course, your very own VTuber you're showing right here.
Oh yeah, I plan to do more stuff like this. Someone in my chat had an idea for like a boomer that, like, when it talks, it launches the boomerang around the freaking screen, and then when it stops talking, it just like catches it. I really want to do that now too.
That sounds incredible. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. And if you are as well, chat, I highly recommend following CurdleGames. And also, in addition to that, I highly recommend following TJ for some pretty great content as well. Mostly, whenever we bring it back on, I'll have to ask, but you know, bare minimum, I've seen some really sick Destiny raids on his channel. So
Yeah, I watch TJ when he streams too, and
Absolutely.
also you know the BNCT. I heard it's addictive. I haven't played it yet because I highly value my time. But Crayon told me he's terribly addicted and that he blames TJ, and that we're gonna have to have a very private, you know, in the side back alleyway talk with TJ about BNCT.
well, look what you've done. You've spurred a generation to basically BCC addictions.
I just want to talk about TJ. TJ is so fucking. I'm freaking cool. I mean,
absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll save the cross discussion for the next segment. But first off, tell us a little bit about you, Curdle, and your channel.
Oh, yeah. Me and my channel. Well, first I swear a lot. So if you come to my channel, do be ready for that. Sure. First off, but yeah, I also
toned it down for this show specifically. That's about it. Trust me, you're gonna want to check it out over there.
I stopped myself. I need a beat button. A freaking beat button. No, I'm a 3D modeler and I'm a game developer. So like I use Blender and I use Unity. And when I started streaming 2.5 years ago, it was purely just BN content. Like I was on Twitter making really crappy models of stuff from Battle Network. Like they were so bad, but people were stoked on it anyway. Like they were just like, dude, it's Battle Network and it's 3D stuff, and they were like so kind to me. And Especially looking back on it now, I'm just like, damn, like they were really, really encouraging, and that kind of got me out of my shell. I started looking for discords of like fan games, and like, you know, eventually I found TeamBN, and I found Twitch, and I was just like, oh, there's this overwhelmingly positive and wonderful community around Battle Network that I just really want to be a part of, and I just want to dive right in, and that's how I ended up here, nearly swearing on this show.
Hey, and it's all good. Like I said, you're a little out of your element just coming onto the show. Now, if I remember correctly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure you're a guy who makes every single model that you have from scratch, pretty much?
Yeah, I don't reuse anything. Every time I'm like, oh, okay, this is just another generic human body or something like that. I could just reuse this part. Oh, this buster looks the same as this. I can't really bring myself to do it. It's not a good thing. You should you should absolutely reuse things. But like I wanted to keep making stuff better and better. And I actually had a few Battle Network related projects in the past that like I kept scrapping and changing, and just like it's an ever evolving thing of like trying to learn to do 3D and game dev over the last several years, and just kind of your standard going up and not wanting to use your old things. That's why, especially looking back now and seeing how much support I got in the beginning, was like amazing, because I was so crap, dude.
I wholeheartedly disagree. I've looked at some of your old stuff, and trust me, in my opinion, still is incredible, especially to think about the fact that everything that you make is, well, I say from scratch, but what is your starting shape? Like, what do you always start with as far as when you're making a model?
It's either a cube or a cylinder. Like pretty much every time, a cube or a cylinder, and then you just like turn that into something else. A cube, you can subdivide it and smooth it, and it turns into a nice quad sphere. A cylinder, you can do pretty much everything with just those two shapes in 3D. You can even make a cylinder from a cube, so technically you don't need the cylinder, but it's a nice quality of life feature.
So yeah, amazingly simple starts to incredible finishes here. And speaking of which, Curdle, would you like to show off a couple of pieces of your own here before we go to the roundtable?
Yeah, sure.
Please.
Okay, I collected a couple things from like different eras, okay? So this is from before I started streaming, but I re-rendered it recently so that it looks fancy and nice. If you look at the original render, you're like, oh yeah, a noob did that. But I took the exact same crappy models and put a nice render on them. And it's AC/DC Town, but reimagined like slightly in the future, where they have a Lev bus. And I'm thinking of replacing the squirrel and changing up the park, as well as like adding a kind of back row of other houses and things, maybe the school, or I don't know. I'm still working on it, but that's that one.
Okay, I like it. I like the Lev bus.
Yeah. I figured, eventually they kind of branch out to AC/DC.
Oh yeah.
And maybe Higsby should be bigger too. It should be like a big tall building.
Some like huge thing.
Yeah, it's just like towering above everyone.
Now Iguchi liked the tweet. Did Iguchi like the tweet with this in it?
No. He's thinking of someone else. He's thinking of he's thinking of a different person.
Only another dev on the BN series. No big deal or anything. So yeah, Curdle definitely attracting some very cool attention from very cool folk.
I'm yeah. I made this piece recently as well when the Legacy collection came out, and this is kind of like what I imagined would be like a current AC/DC area. You can't see it here because I never rendered it, but the stuff in the background does actually animate and kind of like move diagonally like it does in the BN games, and the viruses are all like rigged to be animated and stuff. I haven't animated them yet, but I'm going to. I think I'm gonna do like a little virus, like virus family like demonstration where they all kind of pop in and like do an animation or something like that. I don't know. You can look forward to something like that. I'll do it for sure.
That sounds adorable, and I am greatly looking forward to it, as well as I'm sure a lot of folk in the chat are. Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to do as well, man. I also on Fridays we do art together, and like people in chat will kind of join me for these like speed prompts where we like try to do like art really fast. So I'll be like, okay, make Bubble Man. You have 40 minutes. That's what this was. So this was the Bubble Man I made, and then we had other people make all kinds of Bubble Mans, which were great. Some of the takes on those were great. I think there's a sticker in my server of one of them of just like a pixel art Bubble Man coming out of a vent.
Yeah, 40 minutes, starting from cubes and cylinders, mind you, right there.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Bubble Man, he's all cylinders. Look at his arm, right? It's just a cylinder with like some extruding parts and a rounded edge, and same with his head. He's just a big cylinder guy. Let's not talk about what's on his back, though.
Still no small feet, though.
Yeah, when you have 40 minutes, you kind of have to scope, right? Like, he looks very harmless here. But in my original Bubble Man art, which was actually my first Twitch stream ever, I took like 6 hours to make Bubble Man. Yeah.
Wow.
I might actually be able to find that one. Hold on. Oh yeah, this is a work in progress roll I've been doing, but we don't need to. She's not done yet. You guys have to wait for that one.
Yeah, look at that. A virtually unrendered model of Roll. And for anyone who has not been seeing the work in progress on this, what are you doing? You should go on over to CurdleGames and check it out.
You're too much, man.
I'm just saying.
I like this guy, this meta ruler guy. Do you remember when I did a model of your guy as well? I actually, it sparked my memory when TJ was showing the Royal Man art, because
that's right.
I made like a really old model of Royal Man. I'm gonna totally redo it, but
it looks so good though. And I know I changed the design ever so slightly since it, but I actually took inspiration from your design of him to do a little bit of enhancement on my own end. So
interesting. This is the first time I heard that. That's cool.
Yeah, so you'll notice actually I guess I could break out my own art here too. I'll go ahead and get it ready for the next scene here.
Yeah, let's see some meta ruler art.
Yeah,
I want to see.
Grab some of that real quick.
I'll show you the Royal Man after as well.
But take a look, you got Drill Man over here. I love the shine, by the way. The shine looks so good.
TJ was actually with me when I rendered this. I was just like saying terrible things to myself. But when I rendered it and got it out there, I felt a lot better about it, and it was received way better than I thought. So
absolutely, as well it should be, honestly.
It's fun making these, like, they're rigged, they can animate. I even made it so that, like, the model of his drills, you can put them together just like in the concept, and he becomes the like full drill piece.
Wait, that's
which that's gonna be so fun to animate in 3D. So there's a lot of things that have been on my mind that I really want to try out, and I got a job making games, and like it takes a while to do all this, but I'm getting there.
I feel like it's probably well worth it, though.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun too.
All right, you got anything else you wanted to show off here?
Yeah. Ooh, I made Royal Man. And I know he's here somewhere. He's not done at all, and I'm gonna redo him. But this was my tribute to Meta Ruler, because I found your stream and I was just like, dude, this guy is so genuine and cool, and I love this content. So I had to make you something, but I'll do a better one. I think I can do better than this. And other than that, there really isn't much. I mean, recently I've been doing more artwork that's BN related. This Gutsman is really cool. That one was the most recent one. So if you feel like coming and checking out some art or doing some with us on Fridays, you're more than welcome to. We love the Mega Mans.
Absolutely.
that's pretty much all I got.
All right, well, in that case, let's go and head over to our little roundtable where we get to chat with both our guests here about multiple different topics.
Yes, please. Hello, TJ.
Oh, here I am.
Yay.
Now,
He's back.
First of all, you mentioned the kind of quick art stuff, and if I remember correctly, I believe TJ has been in on quite a few of those. So
I have
every single one.
Every one. Woo.
I was there for the Bubble Man one. I don't have my Bubble Man art ready, and I also am not super happy with that one, so I won't show that off. But
That was a
Actually,
long time ago too.
it was. I mean, it was within the last year.
Yeah, but like it
a long
feels
time
like
ago.
forever ago.
I don't know. I did prepare a collage of some things that I've done with speed art because I actually like the art prompts have been one of the things I also think helped me a lot. I mentioned like just getting over the hump of like being vulnerable and sharing art was a big thing for me, and like speed art helps with that. 'Cause it's like, okay, cool, I have 40 minutes, whatever I do, I just do it and I toss it over like the wall and there it is. It doesn't have to be perfect. One thing I frequently do is I'll like make something and then sit on it for like 2 weeks and come back and tweak it and then come back and be like, nope, still not happy, tweak it more. So just being like, nope, I gotta, whatever I do in this time, I do it.
Yeah, and I love that. I've been seeing your art almost every week, just improving so much. I'm always blown away when I see your submissions.
I don't know what you're talking about. That chonky Pikachu from last November is perfection, and I will never make anything
I
better.
love that so much.
I was definitely not discrediting that. That's for sure.
I'm joking, but
I love the
it's hilarious.
Dude, this II chip art on the top right, when I saw that, I was like, what the heck, dude?
And that one was
so good.
20 minutes, 25 minutes, 25 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was a quick one.
The chip arts in the top middle were like just this last Friday, actually, so they're pretty brand new. A lot of these are actually fairly recent. The SpongeBob one, I hold on,
We do 3 a week typically, right? So that's
yeah,
like
there's 3 a
lot.
week. The sexy Squidward, yeah, that was great.
I love the sexy Squidward.
Yeah.
I gotta show off my Squidward too.
Please do.
I made a Squidward. How long do we have again? Wait,
We have as long as we need. This is my show.
Yep.
I love Squiddy boy. He makes me so happy. I love his expression, and all his shapes are fun to sculpt. You know.
You absolutely like nailed the look and feel of Squidward.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
I did it. TJ's proud of me.
Of course. How many times have I told you you're your own harshest critic?
I agree.
Oh,
No,
man.
you're making some really cool stuff out there.
You gotta like see the parts that are lacking and try to improve those. You know.
Oh,
So
for sure.
that's
I mean, yeah.
That's just how it is, man. I love making Battle Network related content though, and seeing you guys do it is so cool. So please, if any of you is making stuff like this, like art or whatever, and you haven't like shared it, just share it. Just literally anywhere where there's a BN community, show us what you've made. That would be great.
Oh, yeah.
I would appreciate that.
We were actually talking just beforehand about how like maybe we need a monthly art show off segment on the virus scan. But we can't do it unless people submit their art.
Exactly. So we're gonna find a way to do it because I would love to shill for a bunch of art because, as I said, that's my claim to fame.
Dude, any BN content that's like unique and cool and made by the community, like we want to know. You don't hide from us, please.
I mean, heck, I'll show my stuff here. You know, here's my here's my old drawing of Royal Man, which I used for a while actually. So I used.
That's so good. I love him. He's such a good character.
Yes, I used to use this one because White TJ said, "Who doesn't want their own Navi?"
Dude, there's so many cool things this Navi could do. Like he could just materialize like 3D meshes, wireframes of things, and then they like become real, or like a virus or something, and then it attacks.
Well, right.
That would be so fun.
And the thing is, I love summon element. Like I love to like summon Navis like Colonel and Junkman and all those. So I was like, that's kind of the flavor I went for. Just like he'd create like towers and whatnot to be able to do things.
Yeah, and I actually have that art on my little like ref sheet that I made when I did the sketch for the Royal Man chip.
Oh, you even have
It's so good, dude.
And then I also did a bunch of studies of other chips because I was like, how do other chips work? But
Dude, yeah, you can tell. Like you paid so much attention to like detail around like, does this look like a Battle Network chip? You know, like what kind of perspectives do they use? Like it looks like something right out of the game. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, I'm absolutely blown away by it. And then Curdle, your 3D model is what was somewhat inspiring for the new version of Royal Man here that I ended up rendering a little more recently. Let me actually pull it that way so it's not covering y'all's cameras.
Oh, dude. Giga Chat Royal Man, he's so...
So I will admit, in the time between when I made the old one and new one, I also learned like a little bit more anatomy-wise and had some better reference things. So,
oh yeah, so trust me, the Navi I showed off earlier, I first came up with it in 2017. Didn't really do anything except like once a year I would just come back and like completely tweak the design, and then finally it was only this year that I like had something where I'm like, okay, I'm actually really happy with where this is. The rest of it was just like too generic.
Oh, absolutely. No, and that's the way I felt for like 2 years of basically. Those 2 years were spent doing specifically Dungeons and Dragons art, and that's what got me actually confident and good enough to do a lot of the current
D&D
stuff.
art. Did you segue on purpose?
No, actually. So I have a lot of D&D art that I do just because, like, I love drawing everything from the NPCs to the villains to the maps and everything like that. That's my flavor of running tabletops. I love doing that stuff.
I do a lot. I play D&D, and I have a lot of characters that I've done art of, and so. Because everyone, when you use like Roll20 or any virtual tabletop, you basically have to have a token for your character.
Yep,
and I always want it to be like, I want it to be like something I made, and not just like, oh, I Googled an image and this guy kind of looks like what I have in mind. Like, no, it's like pull up a dozen references of like, what I want my character to look like and do something.
I feel the exact same way.
That's so cool. I loved all those characters too, and they're all in such a small pixel space. They look so defined. Damn, dude.
Before we started talking about D&D though, I wanted to call out that because like you mentioned that you said you struggled with like updating your character, and like you've actually come up meta with 8 other Navis of your own, and I actually was really impressed by like your character designs.
Oh, I suppose I'll break those out real quick. I am absolutely flattered, by the way.
Yeah, more meta ruler.
I'm absolutely flattered. So, well, actually, let's take the new one. That way we can actually just do that as a slideshow here.
You have it. Didn't you have like a collage with all of them?
I do. So that's what I'm gonna boot up here and replace that image with.
I want to see meta rulers navis too. I like them.
Absolutely.
Fun designs.
I have a Photoshop document where I've been trying to come up with ideas for battle chips for them. I just haven't finished it or looked at it. And
indeed, this is my current computer background, actually.
You could have just minimized everything.
That's very true.
I want to make the construction drill like dive man looking dude. He's so cool.
So funny enough, Tremor Man was a line art designed by my youngest brother that I just basically did the line art and colored for.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Tremor Man was so cool that I was like, I have to make. I asked him to. I'm like, can I make this and use this?
We have enough navis for Meta Ruler Battle Network.
Exactly. Well, I figured it's like you got 8 robot masters. You might as well just have 8 robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a full scope BN game right there.
Exactly. Yeah, BN 5.2 meta. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I'll go ahead and rotate through, kind of center, going around the left side. So purple in front is Royal Man, and then off to the left we have Circuit Man. EXE. Behind him we've got Cafe Man, and then we have Vault Man up there in the top left. Back center is Armory Man. Back right is Tremor Man. In front of him is the Balloon Man, and then in front of him is Jet Man. And then we get back to Royal Man.
The Balloon Man is scheming, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's plotting.
The coins were the hardest part of that, like figuring out the drop off, man.
Yeah.
But if you not me shake your hand, half of them I have no idea.
Kilios, I'm holding you to that. I'm holding you to that scuttler. I don't think I missed that.
Wait. Oh, hell yeah, Kilios. Do it.
Yo, Kilios, I'm looking forward to Scuttles. You fool! Don't promise that on the
You
art
see what
stream.
you've done?
Yeah, oh my goodness. I've had so much fun making all these, Just,
More art, make more art, make more comics. I'm
Character
ready.
design is hard.
It really is. Funny enough, Curdle did mention I do actually write a webcomic. So, and I've been getting back into it. I recently had to free up some time, and it was a very hard decision, but it will allow for me to do more, to make more content, like, put together some more fun events, both for streams and for, putting together cool art pieces. So
I love how this show is basically turned into each of us being positive about the other two.
Yes.
It's like all we're doing here is we're all just like, yes, Meta, you're awesome. Curdle, you're awesome. And then Curdle's like, wow, TJ, you're awesome. And I'm like,
well, I was
though?
specifically talking about how it's awesome in relation to Battle Network. But yes, I like what you guys do. This is an opportunity to showcase that, right? Like,
absolutely.
If you guys were on my stream for whatever reason, I would want to do the same thing. We got to support each other. Like, is it any different for someone who's speedrunning? We just care about the content they make and what they're trying to do, and we go and we hang out with them for that reason. So
this should be an
or because they go
to
fast.
you.
I mean, I don't know.
Encourage all y'all as the viewer, just to, you should be supporting other people in the community. That's the whole point of the show half the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Also go fast.
Oh, go fast or draw nice, or just honestly just work on whatever it is. Work on going fast, work on drawing nice, and eventually you get there.
That's where I go slow right now.
I don't speedrun video games, we just speedrun art.
Right. I mean, again, come on over to Curdle's channel and check out some art. TJ's going to be there, so...
Doing art fast is very fun. Yeah, and sometimes Dingles comes by too and does. Dingles does really good art. I didn't know. He started coming by recently and doing a bunch of stuff. He's good.
Some of those kind of things will surprise you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fun. I know Nekonami also does art. I've popped into Nekonami's stream before and seen them doing some BN related art, some good vibes. Definitely check out what the community's doing, gamers. There's so much going on now, especially now that the collections dropped. The hype is real, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, so hey, speaking of somewhat surprises, I do real quickly want to run through a few of the fun questions with y'all. And the first one I gotta know is, I gotta know your favorite chip element, or just chip in general. So.
TJ, you want to go first on every question?
Fine.
Sure.
Just we're starting with the one that I already admitted. I don't know if I have a good favorite chip, because I don't know.
You have a favorite type though?
I will say, the answer I thought of going into this was I really like Vulcan and multi-hit chips, because I really like the fact that you can power them up, and I like the combos with attack plus 30 or Gut Soul in BN4, where you can take oh, this only does 30 damage, but then when I use it correctly, it does 500 because I added plus 70 to it.
So satisfying, yeah.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, I played Battle Network as a kid, and so some of the more fancy combos I probably never figured out, but that's one that pretty much anyone can put together. It's oh, this thing hits 3 times, well, my attack plus things get multiplied by 3. That's good.
Oh yeah. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. Plus, in 5, you can use Vulcan with Kernel Soul, right?
You can, yeah. So if you use Arm Change, you can actually change your Buster charge into a Vulcan.
Gotcha. Yeah, I only played Proto Man as a kid, but I saw someone streaming 5 recently, and I was like, oh, that's how Kernel Soul works. That's really cool.
My favorite slide for that, Tank Cannon 3, baby.
Oh yeah, that's so strong. I was rocking the Scully Bone. I kept turning the Scully Bone thing into my arm and just paralyzing.
The Skull Bone would be good too. Nice. Yeah. I love Kernel Soul. I mean, like I said, I have a sick addiction to summon Navis anyway, so.
True.
What about you, Kernel? What's your favorite type of chip or favorite chip in general?
Oh man, I gotta say, I have a tough time picking favorites. I actually like really weak stuff. But lately I've been speedrunning BN3, and doing Varsword just feels super duper nice. So
yeah,
that's my answer.
I really love Varsword, but I definitely have never. I mean, I haven't gone back in the last 20 years and tried to use Varsword. So I can't say it's my favorite if I've never successfully done an E/.
Me neither. I literally, my last BN4 run, I tossed Varsword for Air Hockey 1 when I got it. I was like, all right, get this out of here. Air Hawk 1 will do better. And guess what? It did.
Well, that's because it's Air Hawk and BN4.
Yeah, true. Sure.
Yeah, it's. I heard it's pretty nerfed though. I only like recently learned how to properly do the var sort inputs. When I was a kid, I was just like, "How does this work?"
Oh
I
yeah.
read on Games
As a
Facts.
kid, I was like, "This is garbage. Like what? All it does is like 160 and as a normal sword range. What the? No.
I don't want to talk
Yeah,
about
I
Slasher.
hated it.
I was like, Slasher is useless. It doesn't do anything.
Same. Yeah.
The explanation's not there. It's like press B and it cuts or something.
Yeah. Cuts while hold A, and I'm like, okay, I'm holding A and nothing's happening.
All right.
Nothing's cutting.
When do I
Cut
cut?
already.
Slasher's really cool and it works. Drill Man gets smoked by Slasher, but like.
True. And I've seen, I saw someone using it to great effect against like the shadow viruses, and it's like, yeah, that's a really good use case. They specifically come into your area and can only be hit by swords, and it's like, yep.
That's really it. Oh,
Dominards,
dude,
yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, but when you're a kid and you just like you're like A to cut, like I can do nothing with this.
You're like, strategy
Yeah.
copy damage. Get this garbage out of my deck. Like, I don't want this.
Oh, copy
Well, I
damage
mean-
sounds cool. I shoot it and it's like gone in half a second in BN3, and I'm just like, wait, what happened?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you use copy damage in BN3, or if that was your first experience with copy damage, you're like, oh, this is so bad. And then you probably never gave it a second chance and learned that in like later BNs, it lasts for about a year.
Busted.
I was already into BN when 6 came out, and I warmed up to it then, but yeah, until then I was just like, what is this? Copy damage? Give me a break.
I don't remember what was in my BN6 folder. I actually was able to save almost all of the save files for my original cartridges. I went back and looked at my BN4 save recently, and it was like, this folder, I could do better.
You're like, this folder's just like not great.
There's no air hawk here, and there's a lot of M cannons.
Yo,
As a kid, I used to
I'm
really like the cannon PAs.
I gotta say, I'm a strong advocate of crap folders.
Yeah.
Take extra folder and do time trials and that kind of thing. Like, just use the crap folders for fun. It's great. It's great.
That's what I'm saying. Like you, and that's the best part is that's why I enjoy hearing about these things, because it's like maybe you do enjoy the ones that aren't traditionally like super strong. Heck, I like Rock Cube now, and I would have never used Rock Cube as a kid, but Rock Cube is it's my friend. It does so much.
And some games you can actually air shot the rocks too. You don't even need to put down a rock cube, like in
Yes.
BN5. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
I went to
things
do
that
it in
spawn
B-
with the, yeah.
I went to do it in BN3 and I was like, oh dang, this doesn't move. I just
Yeah.
wasted an air shot
See,
during a
that's-
run.
I remember you were asking the other day, like, what's the difference between all the different types of rocks and cubes and stuff that can spawn in BN? And it's like, well, that's one of them. Sometimes they just don't move.
I'm very inquisitive. I like to I like to ask TJ questions that he has to then find the answer to on the spot.
Sometimes I know. I don't know. I really like understanding how things work, right? I'm an engineer. That's kind of what I do.
Oh,
And,
I'm the same way as a fellow engineer.
and to bring it back to art, like some of that's how I learned a lot of stuff too, is like, that's how I learned Photoshop for sure, is I would just recreate things in Photoshop, like redraw like the Mass Effect logo and completely recreate like the styling they use, right?
That's pretty good.
And then it's like, oh cool, if I ever need to create this effect again, I know how to do it in Photoshop.
I didn't even think about that.
It was very cool. Very pagere, as they say in France.
Do they?
Do they?
Yes.
Is that what they say?
They
I
have a
wouldn't know,
wine.
so I'm trusting you on this one.
They have a brand of wine called Pagere. Anyway,
That's
don't worry
fun.
about me.
All right, well, here's a question kind of following up on that. Who's your favorite net Navi across the series?
DJ?
Okay. Yeah, that's one I have an immediate answer to, and it's Shadow Man, because Shadow Man's just cool.
True, he's a
I mean, I already mentioned, when I went to make my own Navi, like, I just copied Shadow Man at first, right? Like, that was the Navi I started basing things off of. He's definitely my favorite.
I mean,
Nightman and Magnet Man are definitely up there. Pretty much every Navi in BN2 is up there, except Cutman.
True.
Poor Cut Man. He's cute, though.
I mean,
But, like, all the bosses in 2 are just awesome.
I wholeheartedly agree. Yeah, 2 had a very solid set of bosses, and I definitely get what you're saying from, like, you kind of pulled from a boss you really liked. I mean, let's be honest, there's a reason Royal Man has a cape. Like, Colonel, my beloved, oh my goodness. Colonel's, I almost gave Royal Man a blade arm, but I was like, no, I have to be someone different. Let's instead just make him a summon Navi with a cape, Go with that.
And he has a Buster arm instead.
Yeah, exactly. You transform the Buster arm. It's like it's great.
He could also materialize a blade. Like he could wire from out a blade and slice. He's good to go, homie.
exactly. But yeah, no, the cape inspiration, man. I think that having Colonel like as a kid inspired a lot of my designs later, because I remember there's a few like designs I did in like mini comics and whatnot that were literally just guy, sword arm, cape, and like a helmet, and I was like, oh my god. Looking back at it, I'm like, wait a second.
Dude, the fact that you designed it all makes you so badass. Like,
I love
that's
design.
so cool.
Like that makes me happy. Is doing character design, which is probably why I enjoy like making NPCs and just being a DM in general. Because I don't want to make one character and build it. I want to make a ton of characters that like do different things. Like it's fun.
I when I was a kid, I was just a music kid. I didn't even think about doing art. I didn't know anything about like programming. I knew I liked games. It was very much like, you know, music and games. It was shocking. You liked games here on Twitch?
Yeah, I know, I can't believe it.
Who is this man?
Where are my game enjoyers at?
No, I mean specifically in relation to music. You know what I mean? Like chiptune and that kind of a thing. Like,
but
and like,
chiptune's so good.
It really is.
And just like jazz. Like, you know how much video game music is influenced by like jazz.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy, dude. Like I was super into that as a kid, and then I became 25 and I was like, I want to be a game developer. Screw all this.
I mean, truth be told, I had an electro swing addiction for a long time myself. Oh, what an interesting genre.
Oh man, I need Meta Ruler just jiving out to some electro swing.
They're pretty good.
Meta Ruler dance stream.
Oh my god. Maybe it's like as a goal for something. Maybe.
You have Statmania?
I got Just Dance downstairs.
I just got a fancy DDR pad because I've been getting back into Statmania.
Oh, dude, I have one too. Yeah,
you mentioned that, yeah.
Is this going where I think it's going, guys?
TeamBN DDR.
I mean, honestly,
we gotta make some Battle Network music charts though.
Oh god. That'd be a good one. Just like, all right, time for Quick Man stage for BN2. Good luck, idiots.
Oh god.
Hey, we're gonna do that 2 scenario run soon, right, TJ? Yeah. Yeah, let's commit to that now publicly.
I do think if I were to learn a speedrun, I think I would start with Delete Quick Man for sure.
I want to have a time on every game. It doesn't matter if it's good or what category it is. And I don't want to go through Freeze Man in a speedrun. I don't want to do that to myself. So I'm down for the 2 scenario.
Fair. All right, so Colonel, sorry, before we move too far on, what's your favorite Navi? I know it's both of us discussed about it, but
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I knew I was going to be asked this question, and I didn't have an answer. But now, after I thought about it, I know it's Toadman. I love Toadman. There's so many reasons. I'm going to start with the first one being his emblem is on his butt. It's just right on his tuchus. The second reason being he loves to give handshakes. And if you accept them, you take probably around 100 damage or so.
He's got one hell of a backhand.
Accept or die.
And the third being that I saw a Tengu get his ass kicked so many times by Toadman that now I just love Toadman. I think I might get a Toadman plushie and cuddle with it to sleep.
That's really funny.
I don't blame you. That's adorable.
I think I saw like lore somewhere that was like Ravita actually likes frogs and didn't realize toads were different until after she had Toadman. And it's just like, that's so funny. And now she just has a toad Navi with like, oops.
She's dressed like one. That's such a cool character design. She looks great.
Ravita is a cool character, for sure.
Yeah. And Toadman, Bun Emblem.
Another BN2 boss also, so like, you know, just throwing that in there.
True.
So. Yeah, sometimes, you know, you don't need to deviate too far from the source material to make a good redesign. And BN2 is a perfect example of that. Hello, Airman.
Absolutely. Hey, I really like Airman's design, actually. I love that it keeps very close to his OG. All right, well, final question for both of y'all before we wrap it up here. I need to know, what is your perfect breakfast food?
TJ, you got anything?
fried eggs, or like eggs over easy.
Yum. Okay.
I'm Canadian, so I eat poutine and crepes.
Oh wow! Wait, that sounds really.
Crepes are good though. I actually don't consider crepes a breakfast. I mean, I guess they are, but like I used to live near a restaurant that just did like savory crepes, so it was usually a dinner food for me.
I mean, it can be. You can put all kinds of stuff in it. They're great. They could just be anything you want, and then you put syrup on it, so it's sweet.
I feel like I was obligated to say not pancakes, Neko. Like, given my brother, like, how could I?
Neko, it's not a bloodline trait. It's a brand trait. Rich's brand is pancakes.
I can't intrude on his brand. I have to like differentiate myself.
Yeah, he has to distinguish. He can't just be Rich. Can't be Tiny TJ. None of that anymore. They're their own people.
If you think about it, I mean, pancakes and fried eggs together sound like a pretty delicious breakfast. So I'm just throwing it out there. There you go.
I love the idea of freezing like 56 pounds of pancake batter, and then just like taking it out of the freezer. Maybe it's like in blocks or something, like a butter cube. You know, you plop that on the pan. Easy, man. Easy life.
Sorry, I don't want to cut this short, but I actually do have to go.
No, that is perfectly fine. So, anything from either of you before we wrap up here?
No, I'm good. Thank you for having me on, man. That's amazing.
Exactly.
Thank you both for being here, and for everybody in chat, thank you for coming out and attending here. We really appreciate everything you do, and obviously, we're probably going to keep creating stuff, so one, keep an eye out for that. My own little self-shield for myself and TJ and Curdle here. But most importantly, thank you all for being part of the TeamBN community, and whether you're speedrunning, doing art, or something otherwise, just hanging out and chatting, we really appreciate you a lot, and I'll see you next month here with some different guests and another clip compilation here on the Multivirus Scan. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye, gamers.